In Area 51, a convoy of soldiers transports a top-secret package without knowing what it contains. A newly married couple is driving nearby on the same road, and the husband is distracted when his wife begins to pleasure him. As a result, their vehicle collides with a military truck, resulting in a massive explosion that lands the payload in the middle of the road. The soldiers move closer to retrieve it, but are attacked by a zombie named Zeus, who mercilessly kills every soldier in his path. Realizing that the bullets have no effect, the two soldiers try to escape, but Zeus soon catches up to them and rips off the soldier's jaw, then grabs another to bite him. In a few seconds, the soldiers also become zombies and follow Zeus to Las Vegas. That night, Las Vegas was in complete chaos and destruction as the zombie infection spread, resulting in most of the locals and tourists also becoming zombies. Soon, the mercenaries appear in the area to help kill the monsters, both as a mission and as revenge for losing their loved ones to these monsters' attacks. Anyone with even a scratch or a drop of blood is considered infected and will also be killed. The military also tries to bring the situation under control, but the number of 55,555 zombies grows incredibly quickly and it becomes impossible to control the horde. After all, the entire city is sealed off from the rest of the world. A few years later, the government discussed the possibility of dropping a nuclear bomb on the entire city of Las Vegas, but human rights groups protested against this. Former mercenary Scott is working in a restaurant when billionaire casino owner Tanaka approaches him with a big offer. There's $200 million under his Vegas hotel so he wants Scott to put together a team to get the money back before the government bombs the city. If Scott agrees, he can take $50 million and divide it among his team. Tanaka gives him time to think and gives Scott the building's blueprints as proof of his goodwill. Meanwhile, Scott's daughter Kate volunteers at a quarantine zone camp. She befriends woman number named Gita and helps her take care of her two children. Gita considers joining mercenary named Lily to earn some money and escape the camp with her children, but Kate warns her that it is very dangerous. Their conversation is interrupted by security guard Bert, who uses any excuse to harass women. That night, Scott dreams of the day his wife became a zombie and attacked him, leaving him no choice but to kill her in front of Kate. Inspired by his memories, he calls Tanaka accepts the assignment, and then sets about recruiting former mercenaries to put together a team. He starts with his old friends. He finds Maria as a mechanic, Vandero in a nursing home, and Peters as pilots. Scott then takes on several big names in the industry: Mikey, who became famous for killing zombies for YouTube, and finally Ludwig, a bank teller with a passion for cracking safes. The next day, everyone takes out their old weapons from their hiding places and collects in an abandoned warehouse. Mikey brings his friend Chambers, who like Ludwig has never killed zombies, and Scott has to teach them how to catch brains. Tanaka then shows them the floor plan of his casino. They can't fly in without being arrested, but there is a helicopter on one of S towers that they can use to fly out. Tanaka's plan is simple. The team has 32 hours to enter the city, kill any nearby zombies, turn on the casino's generator, and get to S vault at the end of the corridor where he will be surrounded. Fall through, then Peters can eliminate them. Tanaka also forces his head of security, Martin, to come along. The only remaining problem is finding a way in, so Scott goes to see Kate, who isn't happy to see him again after years of absence. She is initially hesitant to help, but changes her mind when Scott promises to split the money with her. Meanwhile, Gita ignores Karen's warnings and asks Lily to take her on her next mission. On the morning of the year, Vandero teaches Ludwig how to shoot a pistol so he can defend himself. Kate soon appears as on a bus full of refugees and takes them to a camp outside the city where she tells them that Lily will be their guide to Las Vegas. On the way out, Kate finds Gita's children alone and learns that Gita was lost on a mission, so she hits Lily for it. However, Lily reminds her that Gita knew about the risk and that there is a possibility that she is still alive. Desperate to find her friend, Kate decides to join the team, which Scott doesn't approve of. Before they leave, Lily explains that they need one more person and chooses Bert as their companion. Lily then leads them through S secret container entrance, and the team eventually arrives in Las Vegas, which itself has become the small post-apocalyptic country of. They barely take a few steps when they hear noises from and run to hide, watching the zombie tiger roaming around. As soon as he leaves, team comes out and suddenly Lily shoots Bert in the leg before tying him up. Lily knew that Bert had taken advantage of the women in the camp and brought him as an offering to the zombies in the area, who would leave them alone if they followed the rules. The team hides again and watches as zombie queen Athena sniffs out Bert before leading him to the Olympus casino with the help of another zombie. Now the team can continue working without knowing that Zeus is watching them from afar. In Olympus, a huge horde of zombies are eager to feed on Bert, but they retreat when Zeus appears. After checking for Athena's stomach, Zeus grabs Bert and bites his hand before throwing him into the horde. Zeus then goes into another room where he holds Gita and two other women and throws one of them against the wall. When they return to the team, they walk through a tunnel full of rotting bodies. Since there is also a group of sleeping zombies, Lily warns the others not to make loud noises or shine flashlights in their eyes. Scott leaves small lights on the ground to guide the way, and group carefully walks around the zombies, trying not to hit them. Chambers forces Martin to go ahead of her on because she doesn't trust him, and he is so annoyed that he changes the position of the light to target. As Chambers follows in that direction, she accidentally runs into a zombie and wakes him up, so she quietly stabs him in the head to kill him. Unfortunately, this also wakes up two more zombies, so she quickly kills them with the same knife. She slowly lowers the last body to the floor, not noticing that her hand gets caught on some trays. Chamber only needs 2 steps before zombie's hand accidentally knocks the trays, making enough noise to wake everyone up. When Chamber opens fire on and stabs any zombies that get too close, the creatures in the other room also awaken, and the rest of the team must also start shooting. While everyone is busy, Martin locks door, leaving Chambers behind with the zombies. A desperate Chambers jumps out the window so can reunite with the team, but the zombies follow her and quickly overwhelm her. Mikey tries to shoot a few, but there are too many and they start eating them. With no other choice, Mikey shoots the gas tank she is carrying to end her pain and blow up all the zombies. Team manages to safely escape the tunnel and eventually reach the casino, where they find a pair of zombies who are quickly killed. They are shocked to find another set of blueprints on the table, meaning Tanaka let the other teams die for his money, but Martin denies knowing anything about it. The group splits up and Martin and Lily go to check the area. Peters and Maria go looking for the helicopter, Vandero and Mikey accompany Ludwig to the vault, and Scott and Kate go to the generator. Scott and Kate work to take back power and finally reconcile after years of separation. As soon as the generator is running, Ludwig's group takes the elevator to the basement where more zombies are waiting for them. While the others open fire, Ludwig is attacked by zombies and proudly makes his first kill. With all enemies destroyed, the trio discovers that the previous team's corpses are still there and they have failed to get past traps protecting the vault. On the roof, Peters manages to activate helicopter, but it suddenly collapses and emits a lot of black smoke. Luckily, Peters is also a mechanic, and after putting out the smoke, she starts repairs. Meanwhile, outside of, Martin and Lily encounter Athena and her zombie guard. Just as Athena tries to chase her, Martin shoots a rope to grab her and then opens fire on the other guy. The zombie runs quickly and dodges all the bullets before attacking Martin to defeat him, so Lily has to save Martin by shooting the zombie. Martin then mounts Athena and slowly beheads her, after which Zeus hears her dying scream in the casino. He angrily walks away and drags the woman with him. Lily doesn't understand why Martin is so evil, so he explains that Tanaka and the government will pay big money for the head of zombie leader because they want to control their own mindless army to win wars. After Martin puts head in his bag, the duo goes back inside with the others. Underground, Vandero and Mikey blow up the vault door, then bring in a zombie to be used as bait for traps. The creature attacks them immediately, so they have to shoot it and bring another one. This time they warm up the hand and throw it in front of the vault so that the zombie follows the smell of meat. As the zombie walks, all the traps activate and attack him, revealing hidden arrows, guns, and 2 walls that come out and turn into zombies into pulp. Outside, Zeus rides past on Zombie Horse and finds Athena's body. He examines her stomach and roars in rage before taking her to Olympus, where he pulls out an unborn zombie fetus. It turns out that Athena was pregnant the whole time. Zeus presents the fruit to the horde and calls on them to take revenge. In Casino, the rest of the team watches TV and are shocked to learn that the nuclear launch has been postponed, so they now only have until sunset to get the money and escape. Desperate, the group goes to the underground floor to ask Ludwig to hurry up, but he snaps and tells them to stay quiet so he can work. The safe has a complex system of 4 locks, so Ludwig has to hear every little movement that happens in the door. While he works, Kate checks the emergency exit and pretends to lock it, but in reality she uses the zombie's hand to leave it slightly open. After a long period of concentrating on, Ludwig finally opens the safe and the team celebrates by starting to put all of the money into bags. While everyone is distracted, Kate sneaks out the emergency exit and has to hide in an old car because all the zombies, including the tiger, are running towards the casino. As soon as the coast is clear, Kate rushes to Olympus to look for Gita. A few seconds later, zombies ride the elevator to the vault and instantly kill Maria by breaking her neck. Scott begins fighting the zombies, killing them along the way with a pistol and a knife. Some of them move quickly and give a fair fight, but Scott never gives up and keeps attacking to avenge Maria until there are no zombies left. However, they hear more zombies upstairs, so the team leaves the emergency exit. Ludwig and Wandero return to the vault to get the money when more zombies arrive and crash through the ceiling of the elevator, forcing the duo to open fire. Normal zombies begin to fall, but soon Zeus appears with helmet protecting him from bullets. Wandero decides to fight Zeus in hand-to-hand combat, but is quickly overwhelmed and thrown around like a sack of potatoes. As Zeus is about to bite Wandero, Ludwig hits the zombie from behind and then pushes Wandero into the vault, closing it just before Zeus kills him. Meanwhile, Martin is the first to leave the room, closing the hatch behind him and leaving team behind. He reveals that Tanaka never wanted the money and that Athena's head was always the main target because it is worth 10 times the money from the vault. The zombies approach them. While Scott and Mikey shoot every creature in sight, Lily uses the electric saw on the wall to create an alternative exit. Outside, Martin opens the bag and finds that is missing his head because Lily traded it for the adding machine. Suddenly, he is found by the tiger, who throws him around for a while before eating his head. Back to the team, Lily finishes the hole and they get to leave the vault room, making it to the game area that is currently filled with zombies. Scott, Mikey, and Lily go inside and begin shooting like crazy, killing zombies all over the room while trying to move toward the other elevator. When Scott runs out of bullets, he uses some tables to defend himself while he reloads. Some zombies manage to come closer, but Scott is strong enough to fight them off before keeping on shooting. As Scott runs across the tables to gain speed, 2 zombies jump on Mikey, knocking him down to bite him. Mikey shoots both of them, but admits he has no future, so he gives Scott and Lily time to get to S elevator before activating a grenade to bring down all the zombies with him. When Zeus also enters this floor, he mourns the loss of his people. Scott and Lily soon make it to the roof of, but Peters still can't get the helicopter running. Suddenly Zeus appears and while Scott opens fire, Lily takes out Athena's still living head and threatens to shoot. This scares Zeus away, so Lily tells Scott to go with Peters. Once Scott is on board, S helicopter finally takes off and Lily watches it, so Zeus is distracted to throw S metal rod, impaling her on the wall. In retaliation, Lily throws Athena's head to the ground and it turns to mush upon impact. Meanwhile, Kate searches the Olympus building, unaware that the zombie Bert has heard her. Eventually, she finds Gita and another refugee, and all 3 try to escape together. At the same time, Peters drops Scott off on the roof of Olympus and begins searching for his daughter. Suddenly, the women are found by Bert, who quickly kills refugee to feed them. Kate begins shooting at him and the noise gives Scott her location. After some fighting, Kate manages to shoot Bert in the head, but she finds that Zeus and his horde have returned. The zombies begin to stalk the women who are cornered in the hallway. Kate manages to shoot them all except Zeus, whose helmet still protects him. When Kate tries to shoot his body, she finds that she is out of bullets. Zeus runs towards them, but at that moment Scott appears and fires a grenade, causing the corridor to explode. Afterwards, Scott, Kate, and Gita climb the stairs to the roof, where they are picked up by Peters. As helicopter takes off, Zeus appears and jumps on board as well. Peters makes the helicopter suddenly turn to try to throw Zeus out, but he holds on to the edge and attacks. Again, at the same time, Scott opens fire. A fight ensues, and in the struggle, a bullet accidentally hits Peters. She loses control of the helicopter and almost hits the wall, but she recovers just in time to make the chopper fly out of the city, right before the nuke is finally dropped. In just a second, the legendary city of Las Vegas explodes into oblivion. Zeus continues to fight Scott and breaks his arm, making him drop the gun. Kate finds a fire extinguisher and hits Zeus with it, but he quickly recovers and lunges at Scott again to bite him in the shoulder. This gives Scott time to retrieve the weapon and finally shoot Zeus in the head. At that moment, the shockwave from S atomic bomb overtakes them and the helicopter crashes to the ground, killing as well as Peters and Gita. Kate survives and finds Scott, who reveals that he managed to steal enough money to rescue Gita's children from the camp. Kate tearfully says goodbye to her father and shoots him shortly before he becomes a zombie. Then she suffers a mishap and another helicopter comes to rescue her. In the ruins of Las Vegas, Vandero emerges from the vault with 55,555 money. After wandering around for a while, he finds a car and drives to the airport where he rents private jet. Soon he is enjoying his new life of luxury with fancy food and expensive alcohol and asks the flight attendants to toast him. He suddenly feels dizzy and goes to the bathroom where discovers a bite wound on his arm and the pilot announces that they have arrived in Mexico City. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this.